Hi everybody, on this edition of Total OS today we will be taking a look at the new Ubuntu 10.04 Lucid Lynx. Alright, let's get started. I downloaded the ISO from the Ubuntu website, burned it on a CD without any issues, and I installed it as a dual boot system alongside Windows XP. Now what I did notice with this release versus Karmic Koala that it took about twice as long to install. Karmic Koala took about 20 minutes to install. Lucid Lynx took about 40 minutes to install, and that was with me pushing the skip button multiple times. So I was rather disappointed in terms of how long it took to install Ubuntu 10.04. As you get to the default desktop wallpaper, well, it's purple. You can take it or leave it. I guess it's okay. I don't particularly care for it that much, so I'm going to change desktop background and try something different. We'll go to background here, and off the bat I would say I like this one. We'll click that one, and as far as the wallpaper goes, I prefer this one in terms of the purple looking desktop. Now there's been a lot of talk about the placement of the buttons here on the top left versus the top right. My question to you is this: what if a person is left-handed versus right-handed? There's a thought. I would say if the person is left-handed, they would appreciate having the buttons on the left versus the right. Now if you do not like the buttons on the left, they can be changed using the G configuration editor by clicking Alt F2, and I'll do a video on that sometime later on. But as far as the button placement, it is really no big deal. As far as the themes, there are several new themes installed in Ubuntu 10.04. We have Ambience, and I believe Radiance is something new, a light color theme, which is fine. I think as a Windows user, and speaking for many Windows users who are trying Ubuntu or are migrating from Ubuntu or from Windows to Ubuntu, I think the number one thing would be probably ease of installation and ease of use without having to start a learning process all over again in terms of learning a new operating system. But that being said, I like the new themes, and of course you can download many more themes from the web if you so choose to. Something else that is new in Ubuntu is the new Ubuntu One Music Store inside the default music player rhythm box. I think this has really been a long time coming, finally to have something that's somewhat similar to Windows Media Player or Real Player. That being said, I have yet to find a Linux or Ubuntu music player that really compares to Windows Media Player 11, 12, Real Player, WinMX, Jet Audio, and so on and so forth. But I do like this additional feature of the Ubuntu One Music Store. Here you can do a search for artists or bands. You can browse by genre. I'll just click jazz there and see what happens, and it brings up a match here of over 24,000. Going by release date, you can go by track, album, all. So this is a nice additional feature in Rhythm Box. One thing I wanted to say before I forget, according to the Ubuntu page here about what's new in Ubuntu 10.04, it says there is improved support for NVIDIA proprietary graphics drivers. I had an issue while installing this. Actually, it was after I installed the operating system. Ubuntu 10.04 failed to automatically detect and install my NVIDIA card driver, which has 256 megabytes of RAM. I had to do it manually. Now I know how to do this. It was no big deal, but for Windows users who are trying Ubuntu or are migrating to Ubuntu 10.04, this can be a major pain in the butt. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I was very disappointed because in Karmic Koala I did not have any issues as far as installing my graphics drivers for the NVIDIA card. Anyway, on this here, as you can see, this is from Ubuntu's website. This shows what is new. about 10.04, major new version of Likewise Open, new default open source driver for NVIDIA hardware as I stated, social from the start. The new boot experience has a different color splash screen, the new themes, Ubuntu One file sync. This I believe started in Karmic Koala. The one feature that I really like is the Ubuntu One Music Store. Millions of songs are available for purchase, and so on and so forth. So as far as the look and overall feel of Ubuntu 10.04, I like it. Again, the theme, the background here can be changed to your liking. The purple, again, like I said, you can take it or leave it. I prefer not to have the purple background here. There are multiple backgrounds here that you can choose from, so on and so forth. So I'll have a more in-depth review of Ubuntu 10.04 after the official release here coming up shortly, but I do believe it is a step in the right direction. The only two issues that I had was the installation process took twice as long as Karmic Koala. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, since I did install it as a dual boot system adjacent to Windows XP as I did 10.04, and the problem with having to manually install the NVIDIA drivers in my desktop. Other than that, Ubuntu 10.4 seems to be a step in the right direction. Well, we'll see. Alright, thank you for watching this edition of Total OS Today. Have a good day.